The first time my reflection moved without me. I thought I was losing my mind. It was a normal Tuesday night. Nothing strange. Nothing creepy. Just another quiet evening in my small apartment in Chicago. Rain tapped softly against the window, and the faint glow of streetlights slipped through the curtains. I had just finished brushing my teeth and was about to go to bed. That's when it happened. I looked up at the bathroom mirror. And my reflection smiled before I did. At first, I thought it was just a delay in my brain. You know how sometimes your eyes play tricks on you? Maybe I had already started smiling and didn't realize it. So I froze. Completely still. My reflection froze too. I stared at it. It stared back. For a few seconds, everything felt normal again. Then I slowly raised my right hand. My reflection copied me perfectly. Relief washed over me. Okay, I muttered to myself. You're just tired. I turned off the bathroom light and went to bed. But the strange feeling in my chest wouldn't go away. Something about that moment felt wrong. The second night the next day was normal. Work was boring as usual. Emails, meetings, and coffee that tasted like burnt cardboard. By the time I got home, I had almost forgotten about the mirror incident. Almost. But when I walked into the bathroom that night, I hesitated. Just for a moment. The mirror hung exactly where it always had, above the sink, plain and ordinary. I stared at my reflection. Nothing unusual. I splashed water on my face and dried it with a towel. Then I looked up again. That's when my heart stopped. My reflection was already looking at me. Not just facing me. Looking at me. Its head was tilted slightly to the side. But my head wasn't. I froze. Slowly, carefully. I tilted my head. My reflection straightened its head. My stomach dropped. Okay, I whispered, trying to laugh it off. That's not funny. But I lived alone. No one else was in the apartment. The reflection blinked. I hadn't blinked. That was the moment I ran. I turned off the bathroom light and slammed the door shut. My heart pounded so hard it felt like it might burst out of my chest. Get a grip, I told myself. Maybe it was stress. Maybe I needed sleep. Maybe my brain was just messing with me. But deep down, a terrifying thought had already begun to grow. What if the mirror wasn't showing me? What if it was showing something else pretending to be me? The camera test the next morning I made a decision. If something strange was happening, I needed proof. So after work, I bought a small security camera. Nothing fancy. Just one of those cheap ones people use to watch their pets. I placed it on the bathroom shelf. It pointed directly at the mirror. Let's see what's really going on, I said. Then I pressed record. I stood in front of the mirror. My reflection matched me perfectly. For 5 whole minutes, nothing happened. I felt ridiculous. Maybe I had imagined everything. Maybe I was just paranoid. Then I turned around to grab the camera. And behind me, in the mirror, my reflection didn't turn around. It stayed facing the mirror, watching me, even though my back was turned. Slowly, slowly, I looked back at the mirror. The reflection quickly spun around and matched my position again. Like nothing had happened. My hand started shaking. Because the camera had captured everything. And when I watched the footage later that night, I saw it clearly. For 3 seconds. My reflection had been staring at the back of my head. Smiling. Something is wrong with the mirror. That night I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I imagined my reflection standing in the bathroom, waiting. Watching. Smiling. At 3:17 a.m., I finally gave up trying to sleep. I walked quietly toward the bathroom. The hallway felt colder than usual. The door was slightly open. But I remembered closing it. I slowly pushed it open. The bathroom light was off. But the mirror was visible in the faint glow from the hallway. And that's when I saw something that made my blood run cold. My reflection was already standing in the mirror. Even though I hadn't stepped inside yet. It was closer to the glass. Hands pressed against it. Like it had been waiting for me. And when I stepped into the bathroom, it slowly stepped back into position. Perfectly copying me again. Like nothing had happened. But this time, I knew the truth. My reflection wasn't me. And it was getting closer to getting out that I didn't sleep at all that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I pictured my reflection standing behind the glass, waiting for the moment I wasn't looking. Morning eventually came, but the sunlight didn't make me feel safer. If anything, it made everything feel worse. Because now I knew something terrifying. The mirror wasn't just reflecting me. Something inside it was watching me. Reviewing the footage, the first thing I did that morning was check the camera footage again. My hands were shaking as I opened the video file on my laptop. The screen filled with the small bathroom. The mirror. The sink. And me standing there the night before. At first everything looked normal. Then I saw the moment I had turned around. In the video, my back faced the mirror. But my reflection didn't move. It stayed facing forward. Its eyes followed me. Slowly, its lips curled into a smile. Not my smile. Something colder. Something wrong. Then, as I turned back toward the mirror, the reflection quickly spun around and copied my movement. Like it had been caught. I paused the video. Zoomed in. And my stomach dropped. Because the reflection's eyes weren't looking at the mirror. They were looking directly at the camera. Like it knew it was being recorded. I slammed the laptop shut. Okay, I whispered, pacing the room. This is impossible. But the footage said otherwise. The first message that night, I avoided the bathroom mirror as long as I could. I brushed my teeth while staring at the sink. I washed my face with my eyes closed. Anything to avoid looking up. But eventually, curiosity won. Slowly, I raised my head. My reflection stared back. Perfectly normal. Perfectly still. I forced myself to raise my hand. It copied me. I turned my head. It copied that too. For a moment I felt relief. Maybe it had stopped. Maybe whatever had happened before was over. Then I noticed something. On the foggy surface of the mirror, behind my reflection. There were letters. 3 of them. Slowly appearing. Like someone was writing them from the inside. I stepped closer. The letters became clear. Let, then another word appeared. Me. My heart started pounding. The final word formed slowly. Out. Let me out. I spun around instantly. No one was behind me. The bathroom was empty. But when I looked back at the mirror, the writing was gone. My reflection stood there. Smiling. I covered the mirror. That was enough for me. I grabbed a towel and threw it over the mirror. Stay in there, I muttered. I didn't care how crazy it sounded. I just needed to block it. For the next 2 days, I avoided the bathroom mirror completely. Things felt almost normal. Almost. But something strange started happening. I began noticing my reflection in other places. The microwave door. My phone screen. The dark window at night. And every time I saw it, something felt off. Like the reflection was just a fraction of a second too slow. Or sometimes, Too fast. Once, when I checked my phone, I could swear my reflection blinked before I did. I quickly locked the screen. Not real, I whispered. But deep down, I knew it was spreading. Whatever lived in the mirror wasn't trapped anymore. The night it spoke 3 nights later, I woke up suddenly. 3:13 a.m. The room was silent. But I heard something. A faint sound. From the bathroom. A tapping noise. Slow. Rhythmic. Tap. 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 My throat went dry. The towel was still covering the mirror. So what was making the noise? I forced myself out of bed. Step by step, I walked down the hallway. The tapping got louder. Tap. 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 It sounded like someone knocking on glass. I reached the bathroom door. Slowly pushed it open. The towel covering the mirror was moving. Like something underneath it was pushing against the glass. My heart hammered in my chest. "Hello?" I whispered. The tapping stopped. For a moment, everything was silent. Then a voice came from the mirror. Soft. Whispering. But unmistakably mine. "Why, are you keeping me in here?" My entire body froze. The voice continued. "You get to live out there." Another tap hit the glass. Harder this time. "I'm the one trapped." I backed away slowly. "No," I whispered. "You're not me." For a few seconds, there was silence again. Then the voice laughed. A quiet, horrible laugh. "You're right." The towel suddenly dropped off the mirror. And my reflection was standing there. But it wasn't copying me. It leaned closer to the glass. Its smile stretched wider than mine ever could. And it said something that made my blood run cold. "Soon. I won't have to." I didn't go back into the bathroom after that. Not that night. Not the next morning. I brushed my teeth in the kitchen sink like a paranoid idiot, constantly checking every reflective surface around me. The microwave door. My phone screen. The black TV screen. Everywhere I looked, I expected to see that same twisted smile staring back at me. But nothing happened. For a while. And that was almost worse. Because silence meant it was waiting. The footsteps 2 nights later, something new started. I was lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, trying to force myself to sleep. The apartment was quiet. Too quiet. Then I heard it. A sound from the hallway. Soft footsteps. Step. 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 My heart started racing. I lived alone. No one else had a key. The footsteps stopped outside my bedroom door. Then something even worse happened. I heard my own voice whisper from the hallway. "Don't be scared." My blood ran cold. Because I hadn't spoken. The voice continued. Soft. Mocking. "You know me." The doorknob slowly turned. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. The door creaked open. But the hallway was empty. No one was there. The footsteps stopped. The voice stopped. But when I looked at the black screen of my phone, I saw my reflection. Standing behind me.